There's only one rule in the jungle. When the lion's hungry, he eats.
You duck eating.
Yeah.
That's the gentleman.
Yeah. Mickey Pearson, or Matthew McConaughey's character in
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Gentleman.
what a great movie.
Great
oh
movie.
my God, what a great movie.
There's so many other lines I could have taken from there, but a lot of them are
So
inappropriate.
can I give you my favorite line in that?
Yeah, sure.
When he's there and he's rolling his joint in the kid's apartment, and he's like, "Do you lift weights?" I forget whose brother he is, and he's like, "Yeah, I do. I got 2 plates each side." And the young kid jumps up, "I lift weights," and he's there. What's his name in the movie?
Raymond.
Ray.
Raimundo.
And then Raimundo. So then Ray's sitting there and he's doing his joint and he's making his joint up, and he just whips out with, "Didn't lift a wheel of cheese, you." Best line in the movie.
Great line.
Best line in the movie. Love. Good day, campers. Welcome to the Midge and JJ show. This is where we give you real estate market insights, like the real talk, not the bullshit. A little bit of news throughout the day, some good, funny, light-hearted stories, crazy stuff that's going on in the world. I'm going to break it all down for you. So stay tuned for the next 20 minutes. Go to all our social websites, all our socials, whatever the heck they're called, the Gram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Give us a jingle, give us a like. Add to the subscribe. It looks like a little bell. You can tell I've done this before. Anyway, go and like everything, for God's sakes. You know what to do. Hi, JJ.
Hi. It was a good opening.
You like that, eh?
Sure.
It's a little unpolished. Wasn't as polished as yours last time, but...
No, but I was reading last time, so...
Yeah.
I read it. You winged it, which was pretty good.
Just go with it, man.
It's impressive.
Au naturel. Yeah. So... how's your week?
It's good so far, I guess. Nothing exciting.
No shit storms?
No shit storms. No more shoveling. Yeah. Still sleeping on the floor in the living room because the big guy's leg is still injured. So.
And who's the big guy for the viewers at home that don't know
Brutus.
who the big guy
Brutus,
is?
my little dog, my little tiny
It's about
little
that big.
dog.
It's about that big.
Yeah,
He's like
he's
tiny.
Under 7 pounds, little tiny guy. Somehow injured his leg jumping off the couch, I think. All I can assume. So sleeping on the floor, so that way he doesn't jump down off the bed.
The sacrifices we make for dogs, eh?
For our babies, yeah.
The sacrifices we make. I won't be doing that. I'd be carrying mine upstairs and I'd be getting a good night's kip.
Well, the thing is like he's got a long drop if he decides to jump off the bed in the middle of the night. So that's why I'm.
You'll only do it once.
No, he keeps doing it. He's dumb. He, like, as much as I love him, he just continues to jump off of things. I got to keep stopping him and saying, "Wait, let me pick you up." Otherwise, he just jumps.
And folks at home, it's the funniest damn thing you ever did see in your life. Like, JJ's a big guy. Like, you don't want to meet him in a dark alley because he'll kick the shit out of you just for saying hello. And then you see him walking this little, how much does he weigh? It's like a bag of sugar.
He's under 6 pounds.
Like,
it's like 5
it
pounds.
looks completely ridiculous. You've got
Maybe
this
he's over 6
giant,
now.
and then you've got this like little overgrown rat on the end of the leash. It's hilarious.
I'll put a picture up of him.
Yeah.
So people can see what he looks like.
Cutest little thing. And he shags his teddy too. I've seen him do it. It's disgusting. It's so bad. It's kind of creepy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, he gets this teddy and it's about, probably shouldn't.
It's like 5 times the size of him.
But this teddy bear is like massive, and he'll grab this teddy bear, line it up, and he will shag that thing to death. His little arse goes like the clappers. It's hilarious. And he finishes the job. Like,
there's a lot of aggression there.
Like, he finishes the job and then he's got to go put the teddy bear in the bloody washing machine. So bad. So bad. Anywho, enough about shagging dogs.
Yeah. Anyways. So we talk a little bit about what we're doing on this episode.
I didn't. I forgot that.
Yeah, I'll get into it.
Get
It's
into
about
it.
how this market, and we are doomed, or so everybody seems to say. So we're going to look at the market, and is it really doomed? Well, I don't know. What are the numbers? What is the true year over year ups and downs over a longer period, instead of, these helmets constantly talking about, what the year over year is, and only looking at last year. So we're going to look at like the last, I don't know, what, 3 to 5 years? What are we looking at here?
I think we'll go back to 2019.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into a little bit of the truth behind the statement and whether we are doomed or not. First we'll start with some headlines.
Go on, you start with the headlines.
Yeah, so there's a few things I was reading. One I thought was interesting, and such a misconception is it was an article on a gentleman out of BC who was bragging about buying a house privately without a realtor and how he didn't need a realtor. And then the article goes on to discuss with the lawyer about all the other things that need to be done. I think one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to, getting a realtor to help you buy a property is you're not paying the realtor as the buyer. The seller is the one who pays the commission for the realtor. So, like, why not hire a realtor to help you through the process? Now, his excuse was, I got to meet the seller, I got to shake their hand, I got to make an offer right there on the spot, so they know who I am. Sure, if it's a private deal and there's no other private buyers like me battling with you on that property, maybe you'll get it. If you're up against me, you're probably not going to get it. So you're better off to have a realtor to kind of be the catch-all in between, and help do the negotiating for you. I'm sure you can speak more on that, being a realtor. And
well, I think different people have different views of what realtors do, right? A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes stuff that they have to do. And the biggest thing for me about having a realtor on your side is the protection.
Right? Yeah.
Is the protection and the legalities of it. That's the main thing for me, is protecting my clients. There may be people out there that can go ahead and feel confident that they can do that on their own. And you know what? More power to them. Have at it. If you can do it, do it. Who am I to say, you got to use a realtor? But, I think we need to bear in mind that there's a lot of legalities that go into purchasing a home.
Yeah. And when it comes to interpreting paperwork, the agreement of purchase and sale, and how to protect yourself, and what things mean. Are you getting an inspection, a home inspection? What conditions are you putting in there? If you're doing this on your own, you're just winging it.
Right. And if you don't know, you don't know. Right. And I'm not going to go and perform heart surgery on myself. I'm going to go to a heart surgeon, right? Because that's what they do every day. I'm not going to mess around here with my truck and fix the engine because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to take it to a mechanic, right? But some people know how to do that stuff. Have at it.
Well, here's the thing. Midge and I both came from the fitness industry. We both spent a long time in the fitness industry. We've used these analogies many times before. If you want to learn to play the piano, you can try and do it on your own, or you can get somebody to teach you how. If you want to fix your car, you take it to a mechanic. You want to get your teeth fixed, you go to a dentist. You don't just watch some YouTube videos and read some stuff and do it on your own.
Yeah.
But that argument always came because they didn't want to pay for personal training, or they didn't want to pay for the membership. You aren't paying for a realtor to help you buy a house.
Right.
It's free. It's the seller who pays. So why the hell not use a realtor? I just don't understand why you wouldn't.
100%. I'd want to be protected. I mean, it's a big purchase. It's a huge dollar amount, biggest amount you're ever going to spend. Let's be honest. I want protections. I want to make sure it's done right.
For sure.
For me personally, I'm going to use one, and I'm probably going to use me.
Yeah, same here. I'd use you if I was buying.
I'm using me.
If I'm
You
buying
know,
for myself and I'm buying off the market, I'm using Midge too. Obviously, she'd kill me if I didn't.
you
Um,
damn right I would. There'd be a murder.
yeah,
Yeah, there would. You know what? I say to people that think that they can do it, let's just hope and pray that when they get into these properties that they don't find, any kind of nonsense that should have been disclosed, uh, and the deal goes smoothly for them, right?
sure,
But again,
sure.
for me, I want to be using a good lawyer. I want to be using a good realtor. I want to be using a good mortgage guy. I want good all the way around, especially when I'm dealing with, let's be honest, and this was in Vancouver. In Vancouver, I mean, you're not finding a property under $1 million there, right?
No,
So that's not chump change. I ain't
yeah.
messing around with that.
Yeah, and maybe the article was written a long time ago, and it was, well, the article wasn't written a long time ago. The article was new, but maybe the story is from before when everybody was in the bidding wars, and he wanted to be able to connect with people as opposed to
Right.
fighting with other
Wiggle,
people
right.
over
Wiggle,
by,
wiggle, wiggle under the radar, right?
yeah, and have the build that relationship, that chemistry with the seller, and hopefully they choose you, because there was
Right.
all
And not
sorts of
only that,
stories.
but he's also looking for to get a discount on the property because now the seller's not paying commission on it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, but sometimes you can't, you want to make sure that you don't fall over the dollars picking up the pennies, right?
for sure.
When you're cutting yourself short on that, sometimes it's worth, and the seller also, right? I mean, the seller is, you put it on MLS as opposed to a private purchase, you can probably get more if it's a decent looking property. So, how much is the seller leaving on the table when doing
Mm.
that, right?
Yeah, speaking of tripping over dollars and pennies, another news headline here. Treb reports that in the GTA, the sales numbers, or the price, increased from January to February. So
Mm-hmm.
houses are selling for more money. We're in this like decreasing market that's doomed. This is the start to what we're talking about here, but prices went up. We'll get into a few more things about inventory and how much is on the market and how much new is coming to the market, but prices are up. They're
They
going up
are up
again.
month over month. We did have a lot more activity in in February. Um, there was a lot more activity there. Still not a lot of inventory on the market. We're still down there,
No.
but what is that? Was it a bump just simply because people are anticipating another interest rate hike this month? You know what I mean? Our mortgage guarantees, their 60-day or 90-day, tied in mortgage rate, is that running out? But yeah, no matter what the reason being, we did experience a nice little increase from for January to February. From
Yeah,
February,
you mentioned a
yeah,
bump
5%.
there, a little bump. Other news, I see that
Yeah, this is my
companies,
story, and I actually wanted to bring this story up last
the
week, but
bump,
JJ was like, maybe not. So this is my news story.
your news story. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
this
wanted
yet.
to do this. I wanted to do this last week, and you said no.
The
Big
co-
booby, big booby teacher in
oh
Oakville.
no, I was talking about bumps.
Oh,
The cocaine thing. We'll talk about the big boobed teacher. Yeah, I didn't know if we wanted to get into that, but
yeah, I
we'll talk
do.
about
I
this
do. I
trans
do.
trans
Yeah,
teacher supposedly.
yeah. So, for anyone that didn't know, I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard about it. This teacher in an Oakville school, massive, massive jugs on him, massive jugs. And I'm actually jealous of the nipples because he's rocking a pair of nipples, man. Like, these things are like doorknobs. Fucking doorknobs. They're huge. Anywho, he's in there teaching kids, blah, blah, blah. Parents are all up in arms. The union was backing him up, backing her up. And so nothing was really done. But now the school has put him on leave, paid leave, because there was a picture taken of him outside of school. He just looks like a regular
A man,
guy,
just a regular
right?
man.
A regular guy. So they put him on leave pending investigation. And so, you know what? Maybe Monday he feels like he's a woman that's got to wear these big knockers. and on a Wednesday he feels like being a guy. I don't know. But for me personally, I get you be who you want to be, rock it, do what you want to do. But I think in a school, teaching kids,
Inappropriate.
yeah, I just think there's got to be a line, and I think that draws over the line. And I don't mean that just for transgender, the trans community. Well, I love them. Do what you want to do. I'm rocking there with you. Straight, whatever. I don't care if you're straight. A straight woman going in and teaching my kid with your paps hanging out, I'm going to have a problem. If you're a straight guy going in and teaching my kid with your big donger, kind of showing through your clothes, I'm going to have a problem with that. So I don't care what you are, straight, trans. I don't find it appropriate. I'd have a problem with that if I was a parent.
When this story first came out, we talked about this and we were like, is this guy just doing this? Because I read a story about he had an issue.
I read it too.
He had an issue with the communal washroom type thing, and people were labeling him as toxic masculinity, the whole misogynist thing. I read that he was just trying to prove a point that he wasn't allowed to be himself as a man, so he was dressing up as a woman and then claiming to be trans, so that way he would see if they would leave him alone. And they did. They left him alone. They said, okay, well, we can't tell you how to dress or what to do or how to be. So they just kind of left him alone, which I find ironic, because this is a gentleman dressing as a woman, and there's an issue, or there was no issue. They were saying, oh, okay, yeah, it's fine. He's trans. He can dress like that. But then there was that other story about that teacher who was teaching, like, I don't know, kindergarten or something like that. And she had like a BBL and all the parents were trying to get her kicked out of school because her butt was too big. And, probably because of jealous wives seeing this teacher and husband spending extra time in the classroom. But, what's the difference?
There is none.
She can't have like her.
The only difference is the rules.
Yeah.
Rules apply to thee and not to me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a taboo. It's controversial, right? And no one wants to get sued. No one wants to get cancelled. And I get that. But, if the teacher,
why shouldn't that go both ways?
100%. I agree.
Why shouldn't people cancel the people who are trying to cancel or get rid of this woman who has a big butt?
I agree, 100%. So this person, I guess, was interviewed.
Who, the teacher in Oakville?
Big boob, yeah, big boobs. And they're Z cup breasts, and it's Z cups, like
Z, as we say it in Canada. How do you say it in England? Is it Z or Z?
We say Z, but I say Z because I lived in the States, right, for almost 20 years. So anyway, Z cup boobs, and it's the result of a condition called, I'm probably not going to be able to even say this. I'm going to try though. Gigantomastia.
Gigantomastia. Yep, that's a total condition. What do you mean it's a condition? They're not real.
Gigantomastia. Also admitted she's never been officially diagnosed, saying that the diagnosis is based on verbal discussion I've had with my doctor, and never requested a note or a letter of these findings. That's a rare condition that involves developing extremely large breasts due to excessive breath. So it doesn't even make any sense that you suffer from a condition, but you're sticking them on your chest each morning.
They're not even real.
I know. So gigantomastia is a rare condition that involves developing extremely large breasts due to excessive breast tissue growth. How can he suffer from something that he can't suffer from?
Yeah, that's that you pasted to your chest or strapped on or belted or what. I don't know how he puts them on.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
So he's claiming he suffers from this gigantomastia or whatever, gigantomastia.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it's. Hey, don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm just telling you that Mrs. Old Z Cup here is suffers with gigantomastia.
Yeah, after going through that, I feel like I need some cocaine from these two Canadian companies.
But you know what? I think I
suffer
with that with my arse.
Gigantomass. Well, you
Yeah.
can't go teach. You can't go teach with that ass, supposedly.
Oh,
As a
that's
female,
right.
you couldn't.
That's
If you
right.
were,
But I'd wear
yeah,
moo. I'd cover that up.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd have a bit of a problem with that if my kid was going to that school in that class. I'd have a problem with it.
Well, you'd have a problem if it was like a regular female who was dressing provocatively too.
I'd have a problem if it was a guy doing the same. I'd have a problem if it was a woman. I got a problem
That's what I
if it's
mean.
trans.
Like,
So
it
it's
doesn't
not
matter that
just
they're trans. I just don't.
no.
I don't think that you should
Couldn't care.
discriminate against anybody. Like,
No.
why
Nor
discriminate
do I.
against?
But you know what?
Yeah.
When you're at a school, when you're in front of kids, there's got to be a line that you don't cross, and I think that's crossing the line.
Yeah, well, I agree.
That's my story.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
I am.
All right.
Sticking to it.
Seems like we're doomed when it comes to regular life. Things like this people get away with and are allowed to. But let's get into the market. And
okay.
Is the market doomed? I don't know. Well, we'll look at that now. First thing we're going to look at is, the market sales price year over year. And when we say year over year, we're not just going to look at 2023 and then look back at 2022. We're going to take a deeper dive and see where we're at statistically as we kind of move over the last 4 to 5 years here. Maybe it's 3 years. I don't know what you said. 4 years. 2009.
We'll go back to 2019. Yeah, and here's the thing. There is a lot of, a lot of people out there with the TikTok videos, tickety tockety, where it's all doom and gloom, and you're losing money from. Yeah, if you bought last year in 2022, the height of 2022, sure, you've lost money. You have lost money.
Yeah, let's touch on one thing first. And I just finished watching a video that came out yesterday on YouTube. And this real estate agent in Toronto area was talking about the year over year and how terrible the outlook is. And we're down 17.8% year over year. Okay, great. It's such a fake news topic to kind of scare, because, if we look at this data and what we're going to do now, there was this massive jump in January to March of last year, and that's it. And then it dropped back down. So we can't base everything off of that crazy statistic that happened at the beginning of the year. We need to take a deeper look at this. So this is where we're going with this, to try and debunk a little bit of this, we're doomed thing. And we'll look at this market sales price year over year. You got some numbers. You sent me a bunch of numbers here to look at.
So I broke it down. So these numbers are based on, all of the GTA. I didn't break it down into region because we just want a kind of a snapshot of everything that's going on. And it's detached homes only. We'd be on all day if I went through every type of home. So all of GTA, detached homes only. We've gone from 2019 to present time now. So, what I thought was, we can't just go back on the 1 year. We've got to look at the trend. We've got to look at all these, because from 2019, we've had big increases year over year. Like we've had huge increases year over year. It's crazy. And now we've dropped down by what we have dropped down in this particular category, 22% drop from 22 to 23. It's great. But before that, we went up by 72%.
Exactly.
So just to kind of break it down for you, again, GTA, detached homes only. 2019 to 2020, there was a 14% increase. 2020 to 2021, 27.5% increase. 2021 to 2022, a 31%. There's your 72.5% increase over a 3-year spread, people. Now deduct your 22% drop from 22 to 23. You're still doing good.
Yeah, and let's talk about that 70, whatever it was, the 22% drop. Like most of the height or what's bringing up that average was because of a few months. at the beginning of the year that drove the prices extremely high.
Yeah,
You know, people were,
it kind of tanked around about April, May time. It just took a
yeah.
nosedive. Yeah.
And when we say a nosedive, like we were still up. Like if that first 3 months never happened and we were on the normal trajectory, you know, year over year, we still would be in a good place right now. You know, it's just everybody's focused on this massive jump and nobody cares about what happened the rest of the year.
Right.
I don't understand why.
Or years prior to that. Right?
Yeah, and all these guys talking about this year over year thing, like when we get to May, June, July, are they going to be saying, "Oh, wow, we're up"? You know, statistically, year over year, we're the prices are up because they're not taking that into consideration right now. They're looking at February this year versus February last year, and February last year was like the absolute height of the craziness.
Yeah, February, March. Yeah. So it'd be interesting, you know, when we get further on into this year. I mean, basically, our prices are sitting at 2021 prices. We're slightly more than 2021 prices, no matter what submarket I look at. So I was doing a CMA this morning for Brampton, and you know, it's slightly above 2021 prices. So, but again, that's good money.
Yeah, if you bought in 2021, you're a happy camper.
Yeah,
if you bought in 2022 around this time, maybe
now
not
you're
so much.
hurting. Now you're hurting, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, all the doom and gloom about where the market's sitting right now, we're still up over a 4-year spread. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, 22% decrease in the particular category we're covering, but it couldn't stay where it was. It just couldn't. It was
definitely not. It was
asinine. It was crazy.
There was a demand, and the prices went up because everybody was rushing out. Money was cheap. You got low interest rates, all that kind of stuff.
FOMO.
So
you know? Yeah, for sure.
So with that being said, you know, everybody was rushing out last year. There was limited inventory at the time, and then all this inventory came out on the market in April, I think it was. You and I looked at these numbers last year. There was like, you know, much more inventory, less showings, which dropped off drastically. But like, let's dive into a little bit of like the inventory, because from what I know, your inventory this year is down a little bit.
Yeah. So new listings. Now this is for the month of February only. Okay. And I need to say that those prices that we just went over, the increase and decreases, is from the month of February, year over year. So those numbers are a snapshot from February of all those years. So, and this is the same, new listings that come to market, but it just gives you a snapshot of movement in the market. So in 2019, February 2019, 5,053 new listings came to market. 2020, 5,649. 2021, 7,594. 2022, 6,641. 2023, 3,646. So we are almost 50% down on inventory.
Yeah.
Huge number.
Yeah, that's a big number down. And, you know, maybe that's part of the effect on the pricing, why the pricing is up a little bit. There's less to buy. You know, people are buying a little bit again. But, you know, we are seeing some stuff sit on the market too. I think that comes into play here too, right?
Yeah, like, I think what you got to bear in mind with these numbers too. So a bit of the strategy that agents are using these days is put it on the market, you know, hold off on offers. If you're not getting the offers, then we just take it off the market and we relist, right? So you're getting a lot of doubling up on a lot of these addresses, on a lot of these properties too, which are built into the active numbers and your new listings as well, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to keep that in mind. So are these a true representation? They're as true as we're going to get. It's the only way that we can quantify it. But there are going to be some doubling up on listings there too. But all said, we're low in inventory.
Yeah, even with those relisted properties that show up on the market numbers and TREB as like new listings, which is, you know, something to look at, you know, think about, you know, a lot of those new listings are just relisted houses. They canceled or terminated the listing.
Some of them are, yeah. But
Yeah.
here's what's super interesting, right? Now, I know we were going to tap on absorption rate and months on the market, but here's the super interesting thing when I look at these numbers as a whole. So all the listings that came out, the new listings that came out for 2023 February, 3646, absorption rate 50%. So of all the listings that came out, 50% sold, right? But hang on. We still have, with that happening, we still have almost 2 months of inventory on the market. Whereas, for an example, so absorption rate is how quick are the houses leaving the market. So if I have 50 houses and 25 of them sell, the absorption rate is 25%. It's 50%, right?
Yep.
So here we have absorption rate in 2021, right? Because that was the 7,500, 7,600 listings came to market. Absorption rate was 116%.
Wow. All those new listings were getting gobbled up.
As well as the active listings, right?
Yeah.
So it's tapping into the active listings as well. And months of inventory on that market, 0.8 months of inventory on the market. So even though we've got an absorption rate we've got super low listings, 20-year low, a 50% absorption rate, and months of inventory are going up. So that just gives you a snapshot of kind of a stagnant market that we're in. We're stagnant.
Keep in mind, if you're looking to sell your property, it could sit on the market for a few months, even though the numbers are low when it comes to available properties. Some of them are sitting a little bit longer.
We just don't got the buyers. Now, months of inventory, generally what is a balanced market? It lies between 4 to 6 months, right? That's a balanced market. So even though we're indicating a seller's market with only almost 2 months of inventory on the market, absorption rate is still pretty low.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and I guess
buyers just aren't out there.
So with that in mind, kind of topic number 3 here is the number of actual sales year over year over the last 3-4 years here. So we've got like this months of inventory here, but maybe you can dive into a little bit of how many sales have happened over the last X amount of years from 2019 to 2023.
Right. So for the month of February, again, this is for the month of February. For 2019, there was 2171 sales for that month.
Sales, yeah.
In 2020, there was 3476. 2021, 4943. 2022, 3928. And then 2023, 2075. So again, we've got the lowest sales
over the last 4 years, 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
But back to 2019 kind of sales numbers almost.
Yeah.
100 sales difference in the month of February alone.
Yeah.
But let's also look at how that fits in with the average price to listing price. And this would be like what the list price was and what the property actually sold for. Is it 100%? I know we were over 100% for a couple of years there, but where are we at now?
Yeah, so in the craziness of it, right, when it was all the multiple offers, all that nonsense in 2021 and 2022, excuse me, 2021 average of 107, 107% list to sales price, and then 2022 was 115%. So again, that's just a strong indicator of prices, how crazy it was.
Well, let's also keep in mind there's a lot of realtors out there who are listing properties like 300,000 under
100%, right,
under like the market value, just so they could say, I got 400,000 over asking or 100%. Something stupid like that.
We were in that multiple offer nonsense. Now in 2023, it's an average of 99% of asking.
which is still good. You know, if you're setting the numbers right. Some people are still stuck in that mindset. We're a year later now. We're a year later. So
Yeah. Get over it.
you're not getting the February of last year numbers. You're just not going to. So having a more realistic number on the market, you know, makes sense. That, you know, it's 99% of
No matter
the
what,
asking.
no matter what market you're in, it's all about pricing your product correctly.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what kind of market, a lot of agents have gone through these pivots before in the market, you know, and do very well because they know what they're doing. They're good at their job, right? Others that are just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. It's like, okay, how many times are you going to try this? But all these numbers are good indicators of where the market is. We're in a very flat market. Even though we did have that bump month over month from last month to this, there's still not, you know, we don't see the movement in the buyers. We're not seeing properties fly off the market like hotcakes. It's a very, you know, it's just like the ocean. The waves are just very calm, and you know, feel like you're on a cruise.
Yeah,
just cruising through right now.
Just know that it might take, you know, a month or two to sell now if you're going to try and sell.
For sure.
Know that you may get 99, 98, 90% of asking price now.
Yeah, and again, that's if it's priced well. Average days on the market in 2023, February for 2023, 21 days. Average days on the market in 2022, February, 8 days.
Wow.
And those 8 days are only because a lot of agents were holding off on offers for a week.
Yeah, they let it sit out there to market it,
so
advertise
if they weren't
it,
doing that days on market for February of 2022 would have been like 1 or 2 or 3 days on the market. That the multiple offers stopped that.
Yeah, I think the good news here is that, you know, when we look at January to February and prices are up, like things are starting to happen. So in my world, you know, the wholesaling world, you know, for investors, you know, prices are starting to come back up a bit. Even if they stayed kind of stagnant where they are now, that's great. At least, you know, like you're not concerned about it. It's dropping again and it's dropping again. You know, there was an increase month over month this year.
Right.
Yeah. So just some facts like we really wanted to address these, everybody else who's talking about how everything's doomed. And, you know,
I think the only poor folk that are doomed, you know,
2022 people.
Huh?
The 2022 people.
Yeah, you know, the peeps that bought in that year. But listen, at the end of the day, you didn't purchase that property just to whip around and sell it. Now I know with interest rates hiking up, it's hard to make ends meet. I get it. You know, we're all affected by that crap. You know, but you're going to probably stay in that home for a long time. You didn't purchase this home as an investor in that height, and if you did, then you're not much of an investor.
A bad choice.
Let's be honest. You know, so folks that purchased in 2022, yeah, they're probably hurting, and you know they've lost a chunk. You know, so they've just got to wait it out. They've got to battle it out and wait it out.
Yeah, I am seeing that a lot. I get some calls from people looking to sell their property. They bought in the height in February of 2022. They bought, let's say, a townhouse. They paid $900,000 for it. They paid over asking, well over asking, because they got into a bidding war, and they've got themselves into a tough situation with the mortgage rates. And now they're desperate to sell, but the house isn't worth 900,000. It's worth 600,000 now, and
you're not pulling it out.
I unfortunately can't help them. So
yeah,
you know, like someone's got to pay the bank off at the end of the day, and it's not going to be me. So
right, yeah, no, there's a lot of that. Unfortunately, there really is.
Yeah.
But here's the good news: the banks have started to like extend. I keep bashing into my bloody mic. Extending the amortization on a lot of their mortgages too, right? So, you know, if you're going through them kind of difficulties, definitely get in touch with your bank and have a chat with them.
Yeah,
they'll help you out.
So the numbers don't lie. those are the numbers. We just kind of went through them. Things aren't all doom and gloom. There's obviously some numbers are down with inventory and stuff like that. So it's going to affect the number of sales. So I got a quote for you, Midge.
Go on.
Never theorize before you have data. Invariably, you end up twisting facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts. What movie is that from?
You've picked my favorite director, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Of course I have.
That is from The Gentleman.
No, incorrect.
Oh, shit.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, was that Robert Downey
Robert
Jr.?
Downey Jr. Yeah, he was talking to old Watson there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but I got some more for you. I got
Go
some
on.
other ones for
Oh,
you.
can't believe I got that wrong.
Let's do this because you're such a big Guy Ritchie fan. So am I.
I love
So
him.
let's. I know you'll get the rest of these. I
Go on,
guarantee it.
I'm ready.
There's only one rule in the jungle: when the lion's hungry, he eats.
You duck eating.
Yeah.
That's The Gentleman.
Yeah. Mickey Pearson, or Matthew McConaughey's character in
Oh,
Gentleman.
what a great movie.
Great movie.
My God, what a great movie.
There's so many other lines I could have taken from there, but a lot of them are inappropriate.
So can I give you my favorite line in that?
Yeah, sure. The wheel of...
Yeah. So it's when he's there and he's rolling his joint in the kid's apartment, and he's like, "Do you lift weights?" I forget whose buddy is, and he's like, "Yeah, I do. I have 2 plates each side." And the young kid jumps up, "I lift weights," and he's there. What's his name in the movie?
Who? Charlie Hunnam?
Charlie, yeah.
Fletch? No, Raymond.
Ray.
Raimundo.
And then Raimundo. So then Ray's sitting there in his doing his joint, and he's making his joint up, and he just whips out with, "You couldn't lift a wheel of cheese. Best line in the movie.
Great line.
Best line in the movie. Love it. Go on.
I got some more for you too.
Yeah, go on.
All right, number 2. He tells people he was named after a gun, but I know he was really named after a famous 19th century ballet dancer.
That's Snatch.
Snatch, yes.
That's
Who
Tommy.
says that?
Tommy.
He's
Tommy.
talking about Tommy?
Yeah, that's Turkish.
Talking
about Tommy.
Jason Statham talking about his buddy Tommy.
Yeah.
He's got to watch after him.
Yeah. Can I give you a line out of that from Brit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. "You stop me again whilst I'm fucking walking, I'll cut your fucking Jacobs off." No, another great movie.
Yeah, great movie. Well, this Guy Ritchie made so many great movies. Like I wanted to get some good ones, some good lines. Even King Arthur with Charlie Hunnam. A lot of people.
That's a great movie.
It's an obscure one. People don't know a lot about it, but it's actually a great movie.
Oh, it's great.
Different twist on King Arthur. I don't have any King Arthur ones, no.
No, you got any more there?
I got more. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yes.
Hit me with it.
London, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
That's Ave. Ave. Snatch.
Another snatch quote.
Yeah. Now I've got to think of a line out of that. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like your shoes. My mother's favorite color is periwinkle. Periwinkle.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Periwinkle.
Brad Pitt. My Dags.
The Dags. Great movie.
Yeah. Number 4.
Go up.
So what's the problem, eh? It was supposed to be his last night. You took care of him. That's what friends do for one another. Well done. And I won't tell the chaps.
Rock and Roller.
That's right.
And that's Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler's the one who is Mumbles, who's
Gerard
talking
Butler
to Gerard Butler, because Gerard Butler helps out
Tom
what's
Hardy.
his name? Tom Hardy, because Tom Hardy likes men.
Another great movie. Underrated, but a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah. Go on then. Next one.
Last one I got here. I'm going to tell you a story to demonstrate why my quote is my quote. Will you play a game with me, Ray?
Oh, that's
Just say his name.
gentleman.
The
It's
gentleman.
gentleman. Can I use your toilet? It's only for pee-pee. I only want to pee-pee. Raymondo, his name is...
Real name or character name?
I can't even think of his real name. It's
Hugh Grant.
Hugh
Grant's
Grant.
the real
Grant.
name.
And what's his bloody... you're a dirty little bastard. What's his name?
I should stab you with that rolling pin, Fletcher.
Fletcher. You're a dirty little bastard, Fletcher. Yeah, Fletcher. Great movie.
Love those. Love all those movies. Anything Guy Ritchie. I'm dying to see this. What's the new one? Operation Fortune or whatever it is. It's on, IPTV, but I just can't seem to find a stream to watch it. I'm dying to see that one. That's his newest one.
I don't know. He's got a few coming out though. I love his style.
Looked at Wrath of Man, the Jason Statham one.
That was a good one too. I like that. It was
decent, yeah. Where Josh Hartnett made his return.
Yeah,
to
I like him too. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies is Lucky Number 11, which is
Josh
Hartnett.
Great movie. And another one he was in was it's the vampire one, not the like the vampire one, 30 Days of Night.
Oh yeah. It's pretty good, actually. That was pretty good.
Yeah, great movie.
All right,
love it.
So let's do this. Thanks for tuning in today. Check us out on all our social media platforms at Midge and JJ. If you liked what we did here today and you enjoy our little back and forth, please subscribe. Helps us out. Helps grow our channel a little bit. Until next time, next week, next Wednesday is when we have these podcasts come out. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye. And I just want to add, like, this camera makes, like, my wrinkles around my eyes. Like, I got massive fucking pro feet.
What do you want me to do? You want me to, like, edit it out? You want me to Photoshop you?
No, leave it. I'm a real man. I don't care.